I am Camilla Richter, co-creator of the Digital Transformation Roadmap, a series designed to equip CXOs for their self-directed DX journey. With me today is Rob Maeyaert, Director of Project Portfolio and Change Management at Victoria Fide. Hi,
Hi,
Rob.
Camilla.
Yeah, thanks for joining me today. It
Great to be here.
is Thursday. We just published another chapter of our series, and today I kind of wanted to talk about business requirements. First off, just how important is it to define business requirements?
Sure. Business requirements are very important. It's very important to understand them as they're really the building blocks of really what we are trying to accomplish, what we're doing today, and really where we need to go. And they're really the most simplistic way of describing how a business or a specific process needs to be happening, needs to be working. And through that, they need to be clear, necessary, verifiable. They need to be very succinct. They need to be structured in a way so that we are able to configure and build out processes and systems and tools that meet those business requirements and accomplish the overall business objectives that a business or an organization is trying to accomplish.
So you say clear, necessary, and verifiable, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, so there's little room for interpretation or miscommunication as much as possible, right?
We're striving for. So we're striving for that, and we do a number of different things along the way to make sure that requirements are reviewed and approved, and make sure that we have the right set of eyes on them along the way. Because just like playing the phone game, if a lot of people can be, or someone can be thinking one thing and then it gets misconstrued and then go down the line and someone else says or thinks something different. So we do things along the way to make sure that we're reviewing and improving requirements to make sure that everyone's on the same page, that we're building out our processes when we get to that point, and also setting up our systems to make sure that it meets our clients' needs or the different business needs.
Mhm. So, in chapter 4 of the DX Roadmap Execute stage, which was published today, we got a bit of an inside look at the issues and pain points that the fictional team at GGI are experiencing. Jesse, the solution architect, set out to update as is process documentation and begin building out specific business requirements. Now, this seems like a really big task that could potentially take a lot of time to complete. How critical is it to understand as is current processes before building out business requirements? And how often does this step get overlooked?
Well, great question, Camilla. And for before we are able to fully understand where we're going, we have to know where we have been.
Mm.
And to do that, it's so important that we understand our current state processes or as is processes, what we are doing today. And many times with many different businesses, they may have started to document some of what they're doing, may have started to build out a standard operating procedure in some cases, but it doesn't always get updated. And different things happen, new people come aboard, and we end up with as is processes that are very incomplete in their documentation. And some of it is just flat out tribal knowledge in someone's head and not documented at all. So this step in our digital transformation process is very important to make sure that we truly have a good understanding of what is happening across the board for each team and each different business process. It's a great foundation so that way we understand what we're doing today before we think about and start constructing what a design of a future system, what a future process could look like or needs to look like to meet the overall business requirements moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Do you find that this step of like understanding where we are, does that get skipped a lot in these digital transformation projects?
Absolutely, it definitely can get skipped. Again, we need to know where we've been before we can really figure out where we're going. And sometimes we do end up focusing on, or I've seen a number of times where businesses are focusing on, okay, well, let's just get that system set up. Let's just build things out. We know there's a problem. So let's just figure out how to get in the new system or the new
Mhm.
technology or whatever
Mhm.
it might be. But unless you have that good solid foundation, of where understanding what the pain points are, what we've been doing today, how we can work through the change management considerations, we're not going to be as successful as we could otherwise be. So very important that we have that foundation so that we don't end up with problems down the road and we're truly solving the pain points that we are
Mhm.
intending to solve.
Yeah, definitely. So in chapter 4, as Jesse was interviewing the production team, he quickly realized that the production manager, Jonathan, had a much different perception of current processes than the supervisor, Marie. Where Jonathan believed there weren't any issues when it came to certain processes like production changeover, Marie contradicted him, saying, actually,
Mhm.
yes, there were significant issues.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, how often do you see a disconnect between the upper management and the subject matter experts who actually execute these processes on a day-to-day basis? And how does this disconnect complicate the process of building accurate business requirements?
Great question. And it's something that we definitely see more than we would like to see. Again, Marie is someone who's really what we'll call the boots on the ground. She's living and breathing these processes, doing the leading the manufacturing process every step of the way with her and her team. She's experiencing the pain. She understands what it means to have some of these challenges and really where it could cause a ripple effect downstream. Jonathan, on the other hand, he is acting in her business process owner role on this project, which is very important because they need to be the one with enough authority to be able
Mm,
to uh, look at the process holistically, end to end, understand the strategy, and be able to approve what the direction that we're going to take is going to look like. So it's very important nonetheless. But
mhm,
that business process owner also has to understand and be able to pull in subject matter experts and involve others when they know there might be gaps in what their understanding of a certain process is, or at times, like in this case, they don't always truly appreciate what some of the pain points are. So it's
mm.
important that we do involve the subject matter experts at certain points in the process to review, to validate, to do testing and training, which I'm sure we will come across and discuss further throughout our digital transformation series here. But very common to have that type of disconnect. That is why it's critical that we do get subject matter experts like Marie involved along the way to be able to opine and provide feedback and input to Jonathan and others on how we're kind of building out our systems and solutions.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. You can read chapter 4 of our scenario based digital transformation roadmap series for yourself by clicking on the link in the description below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to sign up to get each chapter in your inbox so you can follow along as GGI journeys through Victoria Fide's proven process for transformational change. Thank you again for watching. Rob, thank you again for sharing your insights. If those of you listening have enjoyed this conversation and are interested in the intersection between business and technology, make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you again next time. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Camilla.